Hi, Walter Bernardis here, and today we are talking about the up-and-coming event of the year, the 2026 Sardine Run. It should be on everybody's, any diver's calendar. It's an event that's got to be experienced. We're going to talk about Baitballs today and take you through some of the spectacular stuff that we've witnessed and show you a bit more about the dynamics of the Sardine Run and the different bait balls that we can get. So straight up, one of the most spectacular bait balls that you can get is a shark bait ball. And you see there's no dolphins involved here. You'll get some birds, but it's just mainly sharks and birds that have formed this bait ball. It's actually amazing how you saw the initial action on that bait ball. And as the sardines realize that we're protection, they start moving towards us, and the sharks start backing off. We do get bait balls with not many sardines, but you can see from the action on that it can be quite intense as well. Not a lot of sardines, but lots of birds coming in, lots of dolphins diving in. And it's really an exhilarating experience. Of course, all the way through this, it gives you the opportunity and the underwater shooters to get some fantastic shots as you've seen along the way here. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so here you can see clearly from the surface shot what a mobile bait ball looks like, and the birds are moving along with the sardines, and it's quite mobile. From the surface, it looks like this, and those birds are moving along with the dolphins and with that small bait ball that's highly mobile. Very difficult to get ahead and get in the water with this kind of action, but when you do, it's really rewarding. Moving on to scattered action like we have here, there's thousands of birds. There's stuff going on all over. Spectacular from the surface, but really very difficult to get in the water with it. And here you can see clearly that long line of birds and the dolphins and that bait ball just moving ahead of that whole action. From the surface, really spectacular to watch. Just raining birds. Moving on, we get your static bait ball. Here you can see there's divers in the water on snorkel. You can see those birds are diving in on one spot continuously. That means that bait ball is stable, and we can get the people in on it. Here you've got a bait ball on the surface. Those dolphins are feeding, there's sharks feeding, everything feeding, but you can see there's one component missing there. Don't get seasick with this shot, but there's no birds. There's no Cape gannets diving. There's a few what we call kudu birds, a type of seagull that feeds on the surface, doesn't dive in at all, and but spectacular action. Or sometimes we get the big bait balls along the coastline. That bait ball must have been about 1 kilometer long, and look at the action on it. Just sharks feeding everywhere. That bait ball, like I said, was about 1 kilometer long. It's no dolphins involved. It's amazing that the dolphins didn't pick this up, but the sharks did. And really spectacular opportunities for surface shots, as you see there, sharks going aerial. Also a difficult one to get in the water with because there's a lot of activity. It's very shallow, So all the sediments getting stirred up, and because it's a lot of sharks over such a wide area, you know, you don't get intense action as in the smaller baitball scenario. But I mean, from the boat you can see this is really dynamite. It's unbelievable. Of course, you don't want to go on top of this baitball because those sharks are feeding and they're just coming through that baitball and eating. Moving on, here we see the dolphins on another type of baitball where they're using aerial attack, and what they're doing is they're jumping ahead of the baitball and attacking the back side of that baitball so those sardines don't see them coming. As opposed to just rushing through the water, they're rushing, jumping out the water and hitting the back of the baitball where they're feeding on those dolphins. I mean, with feeding on those sardines. So very interesting change of tactics, and very interesting to watch from the water and from the boat. Of course, we do get other kinds of baitballs. Here we get the big mackerel baitball, and the action on it is also phenomenal. The birds, although they feed on those mackerel, they a little bit too big for them to swallow, so biting off more than they can chew. But the action is incredible. Any kind of baitball you can get really has, like you can get mackerel baitball, you can get anchovy baitballs, you can get shad baitball, you can get carantine baitballs, you can get red eye sardines baitballs, and you can get the sardines that we're actually looking for. So there's a variety, there's a smorgasbord of baitfish coming through at this time of the year, and we there at the right place at the right time, and I mean, you can see how spectacular that is. There's just nothing else on the dive calendar that can match this. And I've dived around the world in quite a few different locations, and nothing I've seen compares to this kind of action. And it speaks for itself. I don't have to talk too much about it. Just watch what's going on here. When we're diving in with the baitballs, it's very important that our positioning is correct. We don't want to surround that baitball and stop the action on the baitball. We want to be on one side with the sun behind us, and that allows the dolphins clear entry and exits, and the birds to carry on from the top. If we put snorkelers on top, it usually stops the bird action. So got to be very careful about our positioning in the water. The pinnacle of all the baitballs is, of course, when we have a bride's whale come into the mix as well. And there you can see a bride's whale coming through the baitball, scooping half of it. Exhilarating to be in the same body of water while all this is going on. Birds, dolphins, sharks. And wow, there it comes through, gulp, and a big portion of that baitball gone. Spectacular, absolutely spectacular. It is the pinnacle of the Sardine Run, and it is something that not everybody experiences. but you got to be in it to win it. If you're not there, you're never going to experience it. If you are there, there is the chance that you're going to have the opportunity to see this. And as I said, there's nothing else in the world that's like it. Absolutely spectacular. Photographic opportunities are endless. For the still cameraman or the videographer, it just doesn't end. So there you have it in a nutshell. That's the type of action you can get on the Sardine Run. Totally amazing. From the shark bait balls to the small bait balls to the bigger bait balls to the mackerel to the dolphins involved. It is exhilarating. It's pure adrenaline and some of the best diving and natural predation that you can see anywhere in the world. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you there for 2026 and we can experience it together.
Our oxygen comes solely from our forests, when in actual fact 80% of our oxygen